This is Hank Sullivan, candidate for Forsyth County Commission District 1. Last night, incumbent Commissioner Kerry Hill posted a video and in it made numerous unsupportable claims. So today, I'm going to take her video, listen to each of her statements, and then discuss and even show you the truth. Are you ready? Let's begin.
Hi, I'm Kerry Hill, your District 1 County Commissioner. But before anything, I'm a mother. Like every parent, I care deeply about the kind of community we are leaving our kids. Safe neighborhoods, strong schools, a place that still feels like home for families like yours. Lately, you've heard a lot about me online, stories about my pets, my home, and even my family.
Whoa. Yes, we have talked about her dogs. At least 3 times, Kerry Hill's dogs have attacked peaceful neighborhood dogs being walked on leashes, inflicting severe injuries and terrorizing the human dog owners. People who live in Kerry's neighborhood are the ones who brought this to me. I would have not known anything about it otherwise. They tell me they are afraid for their children, or to go out with their pets walking up and down the street. But this didn't come from me. This came from Kerry Hill's neighbors. And others have been the ones talking about Kerry's house. Kerry keeps me so busy that I haven't even gotten to that issue yet. Now some who have nothing to do with our county commission race are calling for the Attorney General to investigate how 1,300 square feet of Kerry's second floor was removed from the tax assessor's records the year Kerry was appointed to the Planning Commission. Who knows? Maybe there is an explainable reason. Maybe Kerry has nothing to do with it and is 100% innocent. I have no idea. I'm still working on a backlog of issues that include supposed changes to the tree ordinance that are nothing but lipstick on a pig and will do nothing to help hold the line on residential development permits once the moratorium is lifted and the developer's starting gun goes off again. But look, I don't know anything about Kerry Hill's family, and I don't know anyone who's talking about Kerry Hill's family. I know she's married and is a mother. That's it. I couldn't talk about Kerry Hill's family if I wanted to.
Let me be clear. I believe in running on my record, not the noise. But when attacks target my family and distort the truth, I will stand up and fight back.
As Ronald Reagan would say, well, there you go again. I have said nothing against Kerry Hill's family, and I have heard no one else who has. Obviously, Commissioner Hill is trying to pull at your heartstrings as she manufactures attacks on her family that she doesn't take the time to explain. You see, Kerry Hill did not write this script. She's just reading it. It was written by her campaign consultant to manipulate you to have sympathy for her. But it's all false, a mirage, not a bit of it being true. It's now incumbent upon Kerry to explain how her family members have been attacked and by whom, because it certainly hasn't been me.
Because what you're hearing from my opponents is flat out false.
Okay, what is so flat out false? She doesn't say. Listen to that heartstring music. It's designed to invoke a mood in the listener. It's designed to elicit sympathy for the speaker and build outrage. They want you to feel sorry for Kerry so that you might vote for her. Friends, you're being hypnotized. Snap out of it.
And since they want to talk about me, well, let me tell you the truth about this race. This election is simple. One opponent is a builder, the other benefits from more homes being built. Both are backed by the same special interests, the same political machine that ushered in thousands of apartments in high-density zoning.
Okay, you got me. I'm the big bad builder. Look, friends, look at my company, SullivanForbes.com, on the internet, and you will find out that we are custom home builders, many of which are on Lake Lanier. We tear down old fishing cottages and build new, very nice homes in their place. We do historical restorations on old farmhouses built in the 1800s and make them like new. We also do room additions in and around Lake Lanier as well. But we don't work with developers. I estimate the last time I bought a lot from a developer was likely 1998, as we finished up building in Aberdeen and Polo Golf and Country Club. Every job we've done since January 1st, 2000, has been a custom construction project for someone on their own land. We have no ties whatsoever to the development industry. That said, I do know how development works. And apparently, I'm the only one in the race who understands how developers are taking advantage of commissioners like Kerry because she doesn't know anything about it. I do. I know how to slow it down naturally. I'm a graduate in civil engineering from Georgia Tech, and I have been in the building business for over 40 years. So who are you going to trust to slow down development? The civil engineer who understands development, or the information technologist who doesn't?
Decisions that changed our community without putting families first. I am different. I stepped up to be the homeowner's choice. Let me give you 3 facts. I led the way to stop out-of-control building by voting for the moratorium.
Kerry said she led the way to stop out-of-control building by voting for the moratorium. You see, this is what I'm talking about. The only reason she voted for a moratorium is because as an IT professional, a moratorium was the only tool in her toolbox. And by the time the present commission chose to use that tool, the people of Forsyth County were so completely outraged that the county commission had allowed population growth to get so out of hand. Kerry's policies were part of the problem, and she and the other commissioners did not know what else to do, so they just stopped issuing grading permits. But the problem is, they simply had to stop the developers from taking out all the trees to begin with. The development technique is called mass clearing and grading. Historically, developers have been confined to using that technique when building apartments or townhouses or commercial or industrial projects, but not single-family residential developments. Once the loopholes allowing mass clearing and grading in single-family projects are removed from the tree ordinance, all those residential developments that depend on that technique for their profitability cease to be attractive to the large, vertically integrated developers who have been operating in Forsyth County since those loopholes were placed into the code. And so Kerry's moratorium did nothing but put off the inevitable. As soon as they lift the moratorium, and by the way, the school enrollment data no longer supports it, the starting gun will go off, and development and growth in Forsyth County will go right back to where it left off. In over a year, this county commission has done nothing to prevent what I described from happening. You see, they have no end game, no pull-out strategy, nothing.
I've never voted for a tax increase. Never. There's zero proof because it never happened.
Okay, now Kerry says she has never voted for a tax increase. This is a trick. She's faking you out. During periods of property value inflation, such as we have experienced, if the commissioners do not roll back the millage rate, property owners will receive an automatic tax increase. The failure to roll back the millage rate is a conscious act on the part of the county commission. Therefore, Kerry Hill has consciously raised your property taxes, whether there's been a vote for it or the lack of a vote against it.
I've never voted for apartments in District 1, not once. And that's exactly why they're running against me.
All right, on your screen now is the proof that what Kerry just said is not true. This is the Gathering Developer's own presentation slide redlined by me. What you see on the screen is what Kerry voted to approve. Now, regardless whether the NHL franchise is awarded to the Gathering, those 1,800 apartments Kerry approved at almost 3 times the density of the Unified Development Code allows will remain approved until the owners of the property decide to pursue a different zoning. Add to that the 639 apartments at the highest density the UDC presently allows, which Kerry could have changed but did not, and you have 2,439 apartments Kerry Hill has voted to approve.
When I first ran, I made a promise to term limit myself to 2 terms. This will be my last term, because this isn't a career for me, it's service. I have a career, and I'm a mother first. I don't answer to developers, I answer to families like yours. Don't take my word for it. Look at who endorses them. Look at who funds them. Follow the money.
Okay, let's do follow the money. Who funds me? Let's go to the link that I provided below and look who funds the Forsyth County candidates. I'm looking at my page. In my page, at the very top, is New Start Development, Inc. Oh, did I just lose? No. New Start Development, Inc. is a man and his son, and they do our grading work at Sullivan and Forbes. It's 2 people. This is not a vertically integrated development corporation come to exploit the loopholes in our tree ordinance. Then we have an individual, and we have Forbes Properties and Construction. That is my partner's father. It is, again, an individual who owns an LLC, and that is where the money came from. Then we have another individual, and then we have another individual, another individual, another individual, another individual, my concrete company, another individual, a lumber company who we trade with, another individual, another individual, another individual, another individual, another individual, oh, and Contractors Equipment Company. Ooh, that's another individual who lives here in the county. Individual. You see, oh, and here's a surveyor and a cabinet company. Those are the big developers that you're supposed to be afraid of that are funding my campaign, supposedly. So let's go to Kerry's campaign. 3 pages deep, we start finding Vertical Earth. I have nothing against Vertical Earth, but they're a developer. They're a local developer. Then it says Tipton Development. I don't know who that is, but the name sounds real familiar. Then there's a developer, local developer, another local developer. Obviously, I'm not calling out their names. Their names are on the disclosures here. And another developer. So the only people, oh, and the developer's local attorney. So the only one among us who has developers giving her money is Kerry Hill. It's not Hank Sullivan. Then when I look at expenditures, I want to call your attention to 2 of them. One of them is the Agency Strategies LLC. It is the owner and operator of that enterprise who put on the forum last week that when I discovered the conflicts of interest, I decided to pull out. And then there is Quiver. Quiver is a fellow named Jay Williams, who is another one of Kerry Hill's campaign consultants, and who is no doubt responsible for the script that she reads in the video. So Kerry is the only one, at least between her and me, who has taken developer money. I can't speak to anyone else. But she also says, Look at who endorses them. Yes, please do. Look at who endorses me. State Representatives Brent Cox and Lauren McDonald. Kerry talks about running on a platform of term limits, which seems kind of weird anyway that an incumbent would be running to limit her terms. I mean, if she really wants to do that, then don't run. But you see, that entire issue of term limits, as proposed by our commissioners, was a smokescreen. It was fake. The bill Kerry voted to propose would have allowed her 8 more years, a total of 12 in all, to remain on the board. It would have allowed Laura Simonson and Alfred John another 10 years. Now, Commissioner Simonson has already been on the board for 10 years, so that proposal would not have limited the terms of the existing board members beyond what normal humans could tolerate anyway. Now, what Brent Cox and Lauren McDonald did was to lead a unanimous delegation to propose real term limits in an ordinance that the people of Forsyth County have the power to vote on in November. If you pass this resolution, and for argument's sake, let's just say Kerry wins, then you will make her dream come true because the next 4 years would be her last term. And in the case of Laura Simonson and Alfred John, they would be forced to leave office after 2 more years, rather than 10 years. Now that's a real term limits bill, and now that the people of Forsyth County will be able to vote on it, they are the masters of their own destiny. That is what my endorsers did for you. So please, yes, look at who endorses me.
I will fight for you. I will protect our neighborhoods. I will protect our kids' future, and I will never back down to developers. And to my opponents, you've refused to debate me. So I'll say it again, let's debate. Anytime, anywhere. We don't need a moderator. 1 hour, so the voters can hear from all of us. We will take any question from anybody.
No one has refused to debate Kerry Hill. What she is referencing is an event run by her campaign consultant to showcase her an obvious conflict of interest. I am running against conflicts of interest in our county commission. So yes, let's do debate. Kerry says she will do it anytime and anywhere. And why limit it to an hour? She says, we don't need a moderator. Okay, let's go all night and question each other. That'd be just fine. And let's do it this Saturday, April 25th, at the Freedom Parkway Commissioners Meeting Room. That way, the people of Forsyth County can hear all candidates speak to the issues, while at the same time judge whether the tax dollars spent on that facility without a public referendum were spent wisely. To Commissioner Hill, the ball is in your court.